This is LMY. Come to the center of your mat. Let's find child's pose. So big toes together, knees apart. Let's extend our arms out in front of us in active child's pose. Release your forearms and forehead down onto the mat. Connect to your breath by breathing in and out through the nose and spread your fingers on the mat. Let's take a nice active stretch by extending your arms out, rising up onto those fingertips. Moving your hands over to the left-hand side, placing your right hand on top of the left. Just stretching out that right side body. Moving back through center. Taking it over to the opposite side by placing the left hand on top of the right and opening up the left side body. Coming back to center. Take child's pose once again. Let's take extended child's pose by reaching out in front of us, bringing it up onto your fingertips, releasing the forehead down. So just reaching out, just lengthening that spine, and transitioning up to your 4-point base. Moving through a couple of cat-cows now, wrists underneath shoulders, knees underneath hips. Let's inhale and look up. Exhale, let's round of the spine, tuck the pelvis in underneath you, press the hands into the mat, and inhale, look up. Exhale, round. Beautiful, inhale, look up. Keep connected to that breath, and exhale, round. Transition to your neutral spine. Let's go to thread the needle. Take your right hand and thread it underneath your left armpit. Release the head down. And now we're actually going to extend out on the left arm. Keep breathing. Transitioning to your opposite side. Come through that 4-point base. Thread that left arm through and right arm extends. Keep connected to your breath. Coming back to your 4-point base, we're going to transition into a prone position through chaturanga. So extend your legs out behind you and release down. Coming to a shoulder stretch, you're going to extend your left arm out and stack your right hand. Your right elbow stacks on top of the right wrist and your right leg comes up and over the back to open up that right hip flexor. Keep connected to breath. Just let your breath follow your movement as we transition to the opposite side. Let that right arm extend, stack the left, and take the left leg up and over. Release the head down. Good, coming back to your prone position. We're going to extend back to child's pose. So just press back, tuck that chin in, release yourself down to child's pose for a moment. Transitioning back to that prone position. Release yourself down. And we're going to take an active prone stretch. Tuck your toes, extend your legs and reach your arms out in front of us and prop them up onto your fingertips. The tuck of the toes gets a good stretch on those Achilles and calves. And you can pick up your head for a little bit more of a stretch. Good. Now transition back into your child's pose and up to your downward facing dog. Take a few breaths in your down dog. Breathing in and out through the nose. Rising up and down if you need. And then we're going to step to the front of the mat by rising up onto the balls of the feet, bending the knees and walking to the front of the mat, but keeping the buttocks down. It's a nice length of that spine. Draw your armpits to your hips to give you space between your shoulders and ears. Pick up your right foot, extend it behind you. We're going into a nice long lunge position. Keep your hips and shoulders square. Place your ankle underneath your knee. And now we're going to breathe here in this lunge position. So you're going to find length in between. And you can place that back knee down and bow your head. There's a beautiful stretch here over the shoulder from the back of the neck all the way down the back of the leg. Transitioning now to the plank position, to your downward facing dog. And taking a few breaths here in your down dog. And then we're going to step the right left leg through into a lunge position. So we're now on the opposite side. Again, nice length in the spine, draw those armpits to the hips. Just feel the stretch on the back of the leg, release the back knee down and bow the head. Transitioning back now to downward facing dog with your feet together, so bend on your knees. Lengthen of your spine. Place those feet together, good. So find length in that spine. Keep breathing in and out through the nose. We're going to be transitioning into dolphin. Stay in downward facing dog if this is too much for you. So feet come apart and transition down onto your forearms. So your forearms are in line with each other, your index fingers are in line. Nice length of the spine, and you are lengthening, so you're pressing away from the mat with your forearms, finding length, and then you're going to transition up into your downward facing dog once again. And we're going to drop down to that 4-point base and back to that child's pose. Transitioning again to a prone position through chaturanga, we're going to be finding a very gentle back bend position called Shalabhasana. So our hands are underneath our shoulders. We're going to draw our shoulders up, back and down. We're going to lift our legs up off the mat. You're going to keep your gaze down to lengthen the back of the neck. And we're reaching back with those toes and keep lengthening with our spine. Let that breath follow the movement, release down, gaze in between, navel to spine, and press back to your child's pose. Keep lengthening. Release the forearms, release the head, and then we're going to release the wrists by just facing the palms up to the sky. And we'll hold by breathing in and out through the nose for as long as you like. And namaste from LMY.